Hello and welcome to another episode of Twiddlin Thumbs. As always, I am the Bearded Thumb. Thank you so much for being here. Today I am going to be doing a bit of a how-to video. This video will include looting a lost sector with top renown during faction rallies. It's actually relatively easy, and I'm just going to kind of go ahead here and show you a real quick and easy way to do it, and let's hope it helps anyone who may have been struggling with this. Right at the start here, I am at the lost sector that is right by where you would go to see Failsafe on Nessus, where I'm just kind of showing you that is where you would go to see her. This is, in my opinion, one of the easier lost sectors to loot, and you first got to remember to have top renown, which you get during faction rallies by doing public events without dying. And it also helps if you are fully wearing the armor loadout of whatever faction you are representing. This particular lost sector has fallen enemies in it. I wouldn't say fallen are the easiest enemies to deal with, but just the overall layout of this particular lost sector just seems to be easier for someone running this solo. So if you have a fire team, it's probably a hell of a lot easier. But if you're running it solo, you got to think of stuff like the surrounding area and the geography of the lost sector for sake of like cover and vantage points. As I'm sure you've noticed going through here, or if you've even tried this yourself, that your health will recover a lot slower than it normally would without renown. That's why you got to make sure to pick up the little bits of light that are dropped from enemies. They look like kinetic ammo, but with a little light beacon springing up from their top of them. Another important thing to remember when trying this challenge is once you have the renown from doing the public events or however you got the renown, is to make sure you don't try to fast travel to a lost sector. The game will prompt you and warn you ahead of time, but if you're far away from the lost sector you want to go to, you're just going to have to either take your Sparrow or walk there and hope to not get killed along the way, since once you have the renown, you do lose health and it does not recover as quickly as it normally would. Coming up here, you're going to see a little bit of what not to do. I tried to really get ahead of the curve, and as soon as the leader of the lost sector comes out, I activate my super and pushed him right back into his little safe house there, and pretty much ended up wasting the super. It probably would have been smarter for me to use my sword, which I am usually not very shy about using, but I was trying to also kill any adds that were in the area of him, because I like to try and kill the leader as soon as possible, because they can do the most damage, and random adds like the dregs I can deal with slowly. Plus, once you kill the leader, you get the code to the cache, so it's really not a big deal about killing the adds. That's why it's just, you don't want to worry about losing the leader, and then while you are fighting a bunch of adds, have him come back to bite you in the ass, and every time you die, you lose one of your renown, so automatically one death would screw you and keep you from getting the top renown bounty of like 20 tokens, which is a hell of a lot better than the normal like 4 or 5 that you get. Another thing you gotta make sure to look out for, that's why I always like to have a scout rifle with me on this lost sector, is those sniping vandals that show up on that far ridge. Just take them out whenever you get a chance, because they're another thing that if you leave unattended will unexpectedly bite you in the ass, and it's just annoying to deal with since your health doesn't recover as fast as it normally would. If you get caught by a bunch of dregs shooting at you, and then you got to worry about the snipers, chances are it's not going to end well for you. So right now I'm realizing that there are minimal ads left, and I just go for gold and bust out my sword and just start hammering away at this guy, which you see I get a little bit reckless there and kind of lose more health than I probably should have, and somehow I did not die. I was so sure I screwed myself over there and got a little too far ahead of myself, but luckily I'm able to run away and, as you'll see, actually not die. I figured I was so screwed at that point, but hey, once in a while I can pull some amazing shit out of my ass. And now, before opening the supply cache, just going to make sure one more time that there are no enemies that I forgot, because just want to make sure I don't get killed as I go to open it. And looks like I'm all good, so time to go claim my ridiculous amount of tokens. And there it is, 25 New Monarchy tokens, or whatever faction you were with. But let's face it, if you're not with New Monarchy, you're probably not good enough to do this challenge. So that brings us to the end of this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook. Link to the Facebook page is in the description. If not, thumbs down, negative comments, and until next time, this has been The Bearded Thumb. Have a good one.